Hey everyone, I'm Greg with Connective Tech. I'm here with my friend Tom Friedman. Tom Friedman his business is Defiant Enterprises, and this is a resource that every entrepreneur and every business needs in their life. So I had to share this great resources with all my clients and all my friends. So first, Tom, tell us about you. Tell us about your business because I'm really excited to get the word out about you.
No, I really appreciate it. And Greg, thanks for inviting me. You've been absolutely wonderful for a relationship over time, super connector. And I honestly, I haven't run into too many people that can compete against you in that space. So thanks for having me on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, a little bit about me, and I appreciate the introduction there. This is my sixth company that I've been a part of from
Wow.
either the very beginning or been part of C-suite, and we pretty much just grown most of the businesses from either $0 in revenue or very close to about $10 million in annual revenue to $40 million range. So I know the small business area well, but don't get me into mid-market and enterprise. I'm your wrong person. So with this last company that I've launched is Defiant Enterprises. Well, I decided at that point overdoing this very thing, right? Getting these small businesses to become successful. I decided to help other businesses do that. This is over a 25 year cycle of really learning what works and what doesn't work.
Hmm.
So Defiant Enterprises now poses as a resource for small business owners and leaders that really experience the entrepreneur's dilemma, right? That entrepreneur's dilemma is I want to grow, I can grow, but it comes at an expense because of limited resources. And we all know how this works, right? Because of limited resources, we take on more clients and customers, but it creates bandwidth issues. We typically exceed our capacities at that stage, which forces us to either take a half step back because we lose our customers, because we can't do it all. We go crazy because we're working 25 hours in a 24-hour day, right? Or we literally just say uncle and go like, I need to back off just a little bit. So we help folks get past that stage where we can actually scale beyond yourself in a profitable and a predictable growth model mechanism. I love it. And I really get a chance to meet a lot of good people.
Oh, that's awesome. So you have a wealth of business experience on your own, hence the translation of you helping other businesses. So you've owned, sold, built, hired your own businesses, and now you're growing. So you as a resource for entrepreneurs kind of paves the path forward. So you've been there. Let me help you get over the hurdles is what you're saying. So tell me about this. What is some commonalities? What's the number one challenge you see most often when you're helping a business? So what is that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I want to clear one thing up as well. I wish I had everything figured out on my own, but the one big thing that we've offered is really meeting brilliant minds across the board, right? So often I find that entrepreneurs really need the right resources, and matching those folks is just absolutely fantastic. In your line of work, it's often we make choices and we don't even know why we made the choice in the first place. It's not the most effective and efficient choice and really needs some assessment to find out how to improve the business. So to answer your question, right, what I find most in our line of work, right, it causes issues is that to grow, in order to grow, you have to build relationships over time and really position your company as the go-to when life happens. The problem that I see with most folks is this: they take these leads or calls right away. And if they don't sign up with you right away today, right, they go like, oh, that was a failed attempt. Right. Well, that's not necessarily true. And that's not how people actually make purchasing decisions.
Yeah.
Normally, what ends up happening is you have to nurture that human being over time, build trust and value, which we call follow-up, right? And when life happens and they need you, they choose you, right? From the efforts that you put in, right? You really positioned yourself well and out of a feeling and true desire to want to help people, not actually tactics of forcing people to buy you when they don't need you, right? So follow-up is the biggest issue that we see for most folks.
Amen. Amen. So we're really talking about the sales cycle, the sales process, and the commonality is relationship building leads to the sales. And so you're kind of tying it all together, helping the businesses really with growth strategies around the sales cycle. And the number one problem being, and I totally agree with this, follow-up. Nobody has good follow-up. I totally agree with that. So let me ask, in the businesses you've coached, you've worked with, you've helped grow, like, what are those type of businesses look like? What are the most effective businesses that have come out of your program? What do they look like? Who are the people and companies you're working with?
I love it. So the best ones for us are the ones in the B2B space, right? We don't do great with B2C customers, and the federal space is really, really challenging to do. Yeah. Sometimes you can check all the boxes in that category, right, and still fail, right? It's very interesting animal. But in the commercial side, ours is a no-brainer. We've been doing it for a long time. For most folks, we can really help them out in the B2B space. But let me be very specific on what we're looking for, right? We're really helping business owners that are in Death Valley, right? Which is $1 million to $20 million in revenue, typically, which is you're powerful, you're successful, you have great offerings, but it's still predominantly you and your small team doing most of the work, right? So what we really do is just take that model, the greatness that you've created, and I don't care if it's day one or you've been around for 20 years, but if you're stuck in Death Valley, we can really help you out by just figuring out a predictable growth model, right, that leverages itself to a profitable offering and into a scalable model that goes beyond you so you can get through Death Valley and then have those resources that really step up the game. So psychologically, you need to want to do that. Anybody that wants a lifestyle business, not a great fit for us. We're the ones of really connecting with these people of going, there's got to be a way, right? Like, I can get through this, right? Well, you can, right? And we can kind of help you out. And if it's not me personally, trust me, we can get you on the shoulders of so many giants that know what to do, right?
Absolutely. So that $1 to $20 million, trying to get over that hill, get over that hump, you're trying to get to the next phase. Those are the businesses you can be the most effective with, as long as they're in the B2B space, right?
You nailed it. Yeah.
So what's the best way for people to get in touch with you if they would like to, some kind of consultant, get to know you a little bit?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's super, super easy. I'm an open book and love meeting new people. So email me, tfriedman@defiantenterprises.com. You can find me at any time. I always answer all my emails. Plus, go to my website, www.defiantenterprises.com. Learn a little bit more about it. But I'm always open to meeting new people. And if we're not a right fit, I'm always looking to at least connect you with the folks that can move the needle or get you resources that you really need. So thanks a lot for the time, Greg.
Absolutely. You are a connector. And give that email one more time.
Email over here is tfriedman@defiantenterprises.com. That's tfriedman@defiantenterprises.com.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. And what a great resource you are.
All right. Thanks, Greg.